What I'm about to show you is a real government consultation, and if you watch YouTube in the UK, it could affect what you find on this platform. Not just what creators are allowed to say, what you are allowed to find. Your homepage, your search results, your recommendations, the place millions of people come to get away from traditional television. And the warning did not come from some random account online, it came from YouTube itself. YouTube has warned creators that proposed UK rules could change how content is discovered on this platform and could direct audiences away from independent channels. Now, YouTube is not perfect. Every creator knows that the algorithm changes, views drop, shorts take over the homepage. Sometimes it feels impossible to understand, but in this case, YouTube is not asking for this. YouTube is warning us about it. That matters because the UK government is consulting on proposals that could make public service media like the BBC, ITV, Channel 4 more prominent and easier to find online. And if one group gets pushed forward, everyone else gets pushed back. That is the bit people need to understand. This is not about creators losing views. This is about who decides what appears in front of you first. Right, let's get into it. Welcome back to Charlie Survival. On the 23rd of June 2026, the Department for Culture, Media and Sport published a green paper called Watch This Space. A new strategic direction for UK media. This is not law yet, it is just consultation. But this is exactly when people need to pay attention, because by the time something becomes law, everyone suddenly says, how did this happen? Well, this is how. The government has already used the phrase legislative options. They are exploring ways to make news and content from public service media providers prominent and easily discoverable on social media. Prominent, easily discoverable, legislative options. Those are the words that matter because prominence does not mean available. The BBC is already available, ITV is already available, Channel 4 is already available. They are already on YouTube. They can already upload videos like everyone else. Prominence means being placed higher. It means getting a better position in the place people actually look. And on YouTube, position is everything. Most people do not scroll forever. On a phone, you might get one main video, a row of shorts and a few recommendations before the person moves on. This is the battlefield, so when the government talks about making certain sources more prominent, it is not some boring media policy, it's about the front door to your attention. And that is why this feels so wrong, because millions of us have left traditional media for a reason. We did not come to YouTube because we wanted television with a different logo. We came here because it felt human, it felt free, it felt like you could search for something, compare sources, watch creators you trusted and make your own mind up. That is what adults do. If there is a storm, a blackout, a major incident or something serious happening in the country, most people do not just watch one clip and believe everything forever. They check the news, they check creators, they read comments, they look at different angles, they compare what people are saying. That is not misinformation, that is being an adult. So when the government says trusted sources need to be more prominent, it feels like we're being treated like children, like we cannot be trusted to choose for ourselves. And this is where my personal take comes in. I stopped watching mainstream news because when I was younger, it made the whole world feel terrifying. I remember hearing stories about the world ending in 2012, black holes, disasters and constant crisis. I was young and I remember feeling genuinely scared for years. Not informed, not prepared, scared. That is the problem with mainstream news. It shows you the fear, but it does not always give you anything practical to do with that fear. And that is one of the reasons I love YouTube, because YouTube gave people like me a way to turn fear into action. Preparedness without panic, first aid, water, food, power cuts, outdoor skills, situational awareness on the things that the news won't cover. Things normal people in the UK can actually use, made by a normal British person in British society. Mainstream media will never be able to replicate that. That is the difference. A news segment might tell you something bad is happening. A creator can spend weeks testing water filters in a UK home, power stations, first aid kits, a realistic blackout plan, so you can actually do something. That is why YouTube matters. It's not just entertainment, it's practical knowledge. It's people serving communities that mainstream media would never properly serve, because those communities are too niche, too specific, or too outside the usual format. And now the old system wants to force its way back into that space. It's like someone turning up to a party nobody invited them to, pushing to the front, grabbing the microphone and saying, "Listen to me, I'm trustworthy." That does not build trust. It makes people want them out. You cannot force people to trust you. You can only force visibility, and visibility is not the same as trust. That is what the old media system seems to misunderstand. People did not leave television because they hate information. They left because they wanted choice. They wanted depth. They wanted personality. They wanted a voice that felt real. I personally have been contacted by mainstream outlets before. Channel 4, the BBC and others have approached me about prepping and survival related content, and I turn those opportunities down. Not because every person there is bad. I know there are some good people in those organisations, but I do not trust how I would be portrayed. If a mainstream documentary wants to frame you in a certain way, they can. They choose the music, they choose the questions, they choose the clips, they choose what stays in and what gets left out. And when you have spent years building trust with an audience, why would you hand someone else the power to reshape who you are? That could destroy this incredible community, especially one like ours that is built on trust. I'm not a giant broadcaster. I do not have huge production teams. I research, film, edit, plan, test, and build everything myself. I spent serious money on this channel: first aid courses, survival courses, gear, water purifiers, first aid kits, power equipment, testing, training, time, all to help people in the UK become more capable. So when I see legacy media being considered for privileged prominence on a platform creators built, it does not feel fair. It feels like the old world lost attention and now wants help getting it back. And you can see it happening already. Mainstream outlets are working with creators because they know creators have trust and reach. I watched a Channel 4 video where a creator was basically interviewing people himself, and I remember thinking he could have made this on his own. It was literally just the same as his other videos, but with a Channel 4 collaboration. That is the point. The tables have turned. It used to be creators wanting to work with mainstream media for credibility. Now mainstream media wants creators for trust. But instead of just earning trust on the platform like everyone else, they now seem to want the platform reshaped around them. Because YouTube is already crowded, shorts already take up a huge space on the homepage, and a lot of creators noticed a drop in views when shorts became prominent. There are fewer and fewer places for proper researched independent videos to breathe. And now imagine those limited spaces being taken by public service broadcasters who say they don't have that much reach, but they have millions of subscribers, huge budgets and government-backed prominence. Where does that leave small creators where this is their full-time job and they have mouths to feed? Not banned, not deleted, just buried. And on YouTube, buried is basically gone. Because if someone has to scroll past 5 legacy media videos to find a practical creator they actually trust, most people will not scroll that far. That is the quiet danger, and that is why the thumbnail says this is war. Not because I want drama, but because this is a fight over attention. Attention is the new front door. Whoever controls the front door controls what people notice, what people ignore, and which voices survive. You cannot pretend that does not matter when whole businesses live or die there on YouTube right now. They do not need to shut anyone down. They only need to push approved sources up, because when approved sources move up, everyone else moves down. And that justification is one word: trustworthy. But who decides what is trustworthy? Once the government builds a system where certain sources can be made more visible, the key question becomes who gets on that list and who gets left off. Today it might be the news, tomorrow documentaries, then education, then anything someone decides is in the public interest. That is why this is not about far left, far right, up, down, in, out, side to side, do the hokey pokey and turn around. It's about the system itself. You might trust one government with that power, but you trust every government after it, because once a mechanism exists, it rarely disappears. It becomes normal, then it expands. Now, I want to be fair, there is a place for mainstream media. If there is a genuine threat to life, a major weather event, or something that directly affects the public, then accurate information matters. But even then, people should be able to look at multiple sources. The mainstream media gets things wrong too. Everyone does. The answer is not one approved source at the top. The answer is letting people compare, question, and decide. That is media literacy, not treating adults like children. So what can you do? The consultation closes on the 31st of August 2026, and I'll leave the links below to the green paper and the official response form so you can read it for yourself and submit your views if you believe this should not happen. And this is the important one. Turn on notifications and subscribe to this channel, because if discovery becomes less reliable, direct connection matters more. Third, share this video with someone who has no idea that this is happening. I'm not telling you to panic, I'm telling you to be early. YouTube was not supposed to become television. It was an escape from the television. It was a place where ordinary people could teach, challenge, explain, test, build, and speak without waiting for permission. So no, this is not about banning the BBC. It's not about hating Channel 4. It's not about stopping ITV uploading. They can be here, but they should earn their place like everyone else. The viewers should choose, not the government. If you want to actually start getting prepared and not just worry about what is happening, I'll leave 3 links below. First, my Amazon kit list. That has the practical gear I personally use and recommend. Second, my free UK blackout checklist. It gives you a simple starting point for what to have in your home before a power cut, outage, or a disruption. And third, if you want the full preparedness system, I'll leave the link to my UK Crisis Readiness System course. That is where I go much deeper into how to prepare properly in the UK without panic, without fantasy, and without wasting money on the wrong gear. Get it before they bury YouTubers like me. With the current heatwave in Europe and UK, I highly recommend watching this video on screen next about how to make an AC unit at home. Click it and I'll see you over there.